We're live.
All right, and we are live. Welcome everyone to the post-game live reaction of District Divided DC Sports Podcast, more specifically a Washington Commanders podcast, where unfortunately the Commanders lose on the road on Monday Night Football 28-7 to the Kansas City Chiefs. I am Amit, that is K-Dot. Before we begin this episode, probably a brief one, if you could please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, comment as you always do, and K-Dot.
Share this shit. Don't share this shit. Who gives a shit?
And let's go ahead and get into it. So once again, the Washington Commanders lose this game on the road 28-7. No Jayden Daniels. Marcus Mariota fills in. And a big part of this for me, K-Dot, was sort of a proof of life, right? We had heard a lot about the defense. We heard about younger guys coming in, for example. On offense, what is Cliff Kingsbury going to do without Jayden Daniels over there? What's the game plan going to be? So over to you. We end up losing by 3 scores, but what's your reaction to this game?
I fucking adored the adjustments that they made on defense. It basically seems like they listened to our last episode of District Divided. We got our Jordan McGee out there on the field almost damn near full time. Well, very close to full time next to Bobby Wagner. You got Louvu playing there and then the line of scrimmage. Our boy Tyler Owen saw a lot of play time tonight too. So defensively, what they talked about doing as far as the personnel change, especially early on, doing more of a cover 3 sort of set. Shout out to Marshawn Lattimore who got the interception. What did I tell you, Marshawn? How about you play near the line of scrimmage? Even a shout out by Troy Aikman about doing so. Yeah, it's a little bit better when you do it that way. Lot of things good early on defensively as far as the adjustments made. Offensively, everything that we've talked about as far as Marcus Mariota getting rid of the football, getting in the game, getting the ball in the playmakers early, keeping the rhythm going. Cliff, for the most part, up until that one series in the second quarter, we tell you, don't get bored. Don't get bored. And then it's 2nd and 2, 3rd and 2. You call 2 throws in a row. They're incomplete. Now you're sitting in 4th and 2, and you fucked it up. But overall, did a damn good job, I thought, for the most part during this game until they got kind of one-sided and Spags got to dial up what he wants to dial up. Look, man, this team in the Kansas City Chiefs, if you look at what we were doing going into this game, looked to outclass us, and we stuck around for quite some time. And that, I know you don't like moral victories, but as far as like what I'm looking at to hang my hat on going forward, I feel good about a lot of things. What I feel bad about might supersede that, but I do feel good about some things.
This game in a vacuum, K-Dot, all things considered, and I know I do and maintain that I do not believe in moral victories, but what I'm going to do is break it down half by half.
Okay.
And with a halftime score of 7-7, with what I wanted to see entering this game, which was a controlled Cliff Kingsbury plan, which was allowing the younger guys to play on defense and see what they can do, I was pleased. So I'm going to focus on the first half because, again, 7-7 on the road is more than you can ask for without Jayden Daniels in the lineup. It was great to see the toe tap touchdown from Terry McLaurin. Great to have him back. There's a different juice when the guy plays. I know he was questionable to return with the quad. My suspicion is he's fine. It was a 3-score game when they announced that. Okay, fine. I think he'd be all right. It was unfortunate on that first drive to see Deebo Samuel. It just hit off his hands or whatever. That's the kind of stuff you just cannot have in this type of spot. We said it. 1 turnover, the game's over. Even though we got 2, it's just too much to overcome. I was fine with how Mariota did in his spot, considering that, again, it was just short sort of dink and dunk. We almost got the first down with Zach Ertz. Unfortunate that it didn't work out. Shout out the virtual measurement, I guess, getting that. I was happy with the first half, and it made me more encouraged moving forward. I feel like we can actually go ahead and be competitive in games once Jayden comes back. My big question now, K-Dot, I'm ignoring the second half for now. We'll get to the second half and the attrition of it, is can we do something similar when Jayden's back, right? Can we do something similar where it is sort of a quick run first, quick screens, feels like last year? Can we do stuff like that to encourage some momentum, help the defense out a little bit in terms of time of possession, and then go forward into a second half where now it's more balanced with Jayden Daniels at quarterback? That was sort of what I was thinking.
And I tell you that the chief reason it doesn't happen is because of Jayden Daniels. So
It's the
like
holding on to the ball, right?
it's the holding on the ball too long, and it's the wrong reads on the RPO. Like that was the thing with the RPO gives you what in our offense? It gives you the option to toss the ball off, to hand the ball off, run the ball your goddamn self, or throw the football, right? Mariota, we get all three pretty regularly. like that's the thing. So he's making the read. I think he had one. I'm not even gonna call it a bad read. It was nothing there when he ran to the left and he just got swallowed whole. So that's the only thing that I say that like that's partly on Jayden. The dinking and dunking, as far as taking what the defense gives you, keeps you ahead of schedule and allows you to do other things within the confines of the offense. When you're holding on the football too long, trying to look for the play downfield instead of taking what the defense gives you, you can't move with the same momentum that you will with Mariota. So are we capable of doing it? Yeah, we did it all year last year. I know we are. I just haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, no, that's totally fair. And so I am excited for Jayden too. And we got our very first comment here. Shout out from Junior Nemhard. Where did that defense they had going in the first half go? My answer to that would be that it was just worn down over the course of time. And it is the Kansas City Chiefs on the road. I think that's also a big part of it, right?
It's Patrick Mahomes.
You play a good first half. You get 2 turnovers. You get 2 interceptions on the guy, right?
Yeah.
I would ask you, Junior, what more do you want at that point, right? Do you want them to be able to continue to do that? That'd be great. But being realistic about it. Go ahead.
There's more nuance in it. Like, yeah, it's look, I told y'all it's going to be, it can be frustrating every once in a while. Caleb Williams does this too. It's the special sauce bullshit. Is that you break containment just a little and you give him just enough daylight. And especially as Troy kept talking about throughout this game, if you want to keep playing in zone and not get the pressure there from Mahomes, he's going to kill you. And like, that's what ends up happening is like past a certain point, you can only hope to contain him. You can't stop him. He's a god. And like, that's the thing is like that combination of what it is they do. There's been so long, you're going to be able to hold on to it. Now, did I see certain things in the defense itself change over the course of the game? Yes. But I also think that like, I mean, you get Kinlaw that gets hurt down the stretch. You get like, and then I think overall, just the way in the flow of the game itself. And then there was some inopportune things on offense to have us turn the ball right back over pretty quickly. The defense was being asked to do a ton. And I think overall, if I'm going to say, did they do enough? Yeah. Yeah. I think like especially if I'm asking or if I'm looking at like what it is they've done previously. Now, to those points that I said earlier, as far as things that I still am worried about going forward, that can also play into this too, which is the shit that I haven't liked all season that I'm worried about are still miscommunication on assignments. It's still stupid mistakes in the most inopportune times. It's that stuff. It's like you did such a good job throughout this game as far as even from a penalty standpoint. It wasn't anything stupid until I saw the Johnny Newton thing, and by that time the game's over. So like
that one I didn't even mind, and I'll
it's like the game's over, right? The game's over. So like I didn't see a little lot of like stupid penalties, but I did see missed assignments. Like there's the Kelsey in the flat for what was it, like
40 yards. It felt like, yeah.
That like
38.
off initial spec, it's that although it did seem like it was either that play or the play before, Juju Smith-Schuster got a hell of a hold on Quan Martin that just didn't get called. But there's also Quan, why are you there? Like Travis is your responsibility, and you're fucking around with the offensive lineman at that point, and now he's gone. Or there's another one that I think on the broadcast they Troy attributed to Trey Amos early on. And from what I saw, I thought that was actually Mikey Sanders still, but whatever. There is still the assignments to get missed. There's still, even on the touchdown, where you see Bobby Wagner loses. It looks like there's a pick, but he doesn't carry, or at least even attempts to carry Hunt. And I don't know that assignment. I don't know if Bobby's supposed to continue on. The alternative will probably illuminate me a little more.
Which will also be Friday, part of the preview episode, just what Monday night games.
You goddamn right. I ain't doing it.
Giving you time. Yeah.
I got to get up in 3 hours. Bobby's either supposed to give off the assignment, as Troy said he thought he saw, and nobody picked it up, or Bobby thought that somebody was going to take it and nobody picked it up. There's just still a lot of that dumb nonsense that gets pulled up, on defense, that still concerns me, because I'm seeing a bunch of veterans making dumb mistakes. Like, I get Joe Witt keeps getting blamed, and I get it. Like, if the guys aren't teaching, or you're not teaching the guys and they're not implementing, what can you do? But I mean, it's been so much you can say. These guys have been in the league for so goddamn long.
But I'm willing to live with it, K-Dot, if I see rotation amongst the defense, right? And so
And we
that
saw it.
made it so much better tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Seeing Tyler Owens on the field more, seeing Johnny Newton on the field
speed.
more, that makes it more okay, because now when I see miscommunications, okay, the guys haven't been on the field, but at least it's the younger guys and we can learn from this. When we just had the older veterans doing this, that it is, they should already be at a good point, and their miscommunication. So that's just totally inexcusable. At least with the younger guys, they can get reps and it can help us and boon our season moving forward. So that makes it much more okay. Go ahead.
I don't see them making the mistakes.
The younger guys.
Right. So like the most I
so
can see,
even more so, right? Go ahead.
No, it's like the most I could see in this game was like maybe there were a couple of times where either Owens or McGee could have been deeper in a zone.
Sure.
Possibly. But beyond that, the actual miscues are outside of Quan are on the guys that have been around for a minute. So like,
by the way, Quan got hosed on that personal foul early on in the second half. That's bang bang. I think it's a bad call. Sorry. Go ahead.
I think it's one of those, it's one of those unfortunate things, but I get it. I get the call. Like,
I think it's a hometown call.
I don't, but I get what you're saying. The thing was it looked worse than it was, but that look and that spec, it was like, yeah, that's kind of, yeah, man. As you say, like, yeah, defensively, like if you're gonna hang your hat on, like, hopefully they clean that shit up. I just haven't seen them do that consistently, but there's no doubt the speed that was on the field this game, the energy that was on the field in this game is lights out different. Like, I love that they committed to the bit. It wasn't that you had Tyler Owens and Jordan McGee in there and like spot that they played in the base defense. Like you had Frankie Louvu on the line, the base defense. Jacob Martin, I mean, he had a damn good game last year. Yeah, I think last game he had a crazy pressure rate, and then going into this game,
played like well.
The thing is that the way the defensive line plays is that if you got something going on the end, you can eat because of the way that some of the inside guys are eating up or taking up a lot of responsibilities. You get some one-on-one opportunities against some of these guys, and if you got like a younger tackle or something that you can do, you get some shit done. Yeah, I to see this rotation of the defense continue going forward, I think will be a good thing. I actually think it'll be a good thing, sort of the same along the same lines of what you're saying, but for a different reason, in the sense of maybe the young guys won't fuck it up as much as some of the vets have been doing.
Right. And also it'll allow the vets opportunity to rest a little bit too, which can only be a good thing. It's an opportunity to reflect. First and foremost, it's an opportunity to catch your breath, right? Because if you are older, you do need a couple moments to be able to rest, but it allows you to catch your mind right. And you can go, okay, when I go back in, this is what I want to be able to do versus playing every single play. And then naturally things like that will take over. Jeremy Reeves had a number of nice plays, to Junior Nembhard's point over here. He had the expedited review that it led to a 4th and 1 instead of a 1st and 10. Now, granted, they converted, but he forces a 4th down, for example. He has the quick tackle on Kelsey when they try the outside little one-man screen over there. So Jeremy Reeves has filled in admirably. We do get Will Harris back, which is exciting news, just because that will be somebody that can help moving forward. But it's nice that Jeremy Reeves was able to make some plays tonight. That's the defensive side of things, K-Dot. It was good to see Ben Sinnott get a catch in open space. That was kind of nice. And also, how about Luke McCaffrey with the toe tap catch? It was cool to see Marcus Mariota trust him, and it was cool to be able to see Luke make a play that made him look like Christian for half a moment and be able to help the offense out. This is a really good point. I'm on 2 screens right now. Apologies. I'm trying to get to this comment over here, which is that the offense did not help the defense. Yes, that is true. I think the first half was a whole lot better from the offense. And again, that opening drive, shout out Cliff, shout out Marcus, shout out Bill. Like, that was a really, really nice drive until Debo just took his eyes off the ball. It pops up. It's a pick. That was inexcusable. There's no workaround or anything like that. That is right in your hands. That is totally inexcusable. And does the entire game change? I don't know about the entire game, but at minimum, Maybe it's 3-0, or maybe it's 7-0, right? We're right there. So it's stuff like that that still obviously needs to be cleaned up. I don't expect that to be a recurring theme. But the offense did not help the defense at all, which is why even though you see a score of 28-7, K-Dot and I are talking about a little bit of excitement around the defense with the new personnel and maybe a bit of hope moving forward relative to weeks past, where it's just been, we don't know what to do. It's not necessarily coaching. It is the personnel. It's just, yeah. Go ahead, K-Dot.
I don't feel necessarily terrible about the offense. I think that another thing that's got to be factored in is Matt Gay injury. And I don't know that that extra point made me realize pretty quickly we ain't kicking no field goals, dog. Like we're like that.
Oh, people I was watching with, by the way,
I think it was good.
Even on Twitter, I was half joking when they were like, "Who are we going to activate? This is inexcusable." I was like, "Don't activate anybody. It's fine. We're going for it on 4th down every single time. I don't care. Like it is what it is."
Yeah, that was rough. But offensively, like you get into the situation, the Debo turnover fucking terrible. You get I don't know what the virtual thing is or how they do it, because I don't give a fuck what they say. They counted when his knee was down, not where that goddamn football was.
I agree.
Okay. So you have that, and then you got them going for it over and over. Like it's just one of those situations where it's like, I think Dan Quinn said it coming back out of the half or going to, I forget which one. No, it was coming back out of the half because they got Andy going in. We live on the edge. And I think that's what this team was last year, right? Like, especially against the Kansas City Chiefs game, like you're going to live right there on the edge. And the thing with being on the edge is that you can't fuck it up. Otherwise you'll lose this game, right? Like you're right there on the razor's edge. There were a couple moments in the game where it's like, while I do appreciate what Mariota is doing as far as moving the football, there was also meat on the bone from a standpoint of stuff that I thought Jayden could have done if he was in there. There was some space to move. Yeah, I'd agree with that. 5 was missed. The 4th and 2 that just looked like I don't know what the hell that was. But if you look at the play, at least from what I saw, even though ESPN on Monday night, they do a shit job of showing replays. Most of these primetime games, they, like, stop just trying to get to the commercial. Show us the fucking game, dog. I saw a room, and I saw stuff that, like, I saw a room, and I also saw if he lays that ball out there properly, there's maybe something. But like, I look at those things, and it's like Mariota is perfect in the sense of I don't think there's a quarterback built better for this particular offense and showing what it is he's doing as far as keeping it on pace than Marcus Mariota at this point. But the thing that Marcus is missing is he has nothing special.
Mm-hmm.
And you need it sometimes.
You obviously need it sometimes. K-Dot, if I could, I'm going to choose to stick to the positives here, right? Because we went into this game knowing, hey, we're double-digit road underdogs. And it's not just any road game. It's at Kansas City. It's at Arrowhead, where we historically are horrible. They've got Patrick Mahomes. They've got their weapons back. Like, this is a full complement of pieces for the leading MVP candidate over here. And we've got our backup quarterback, who is more than serviceable, just to be clear. So it's not an excuse, but it is different than when you have Jayden Daniels, right, being able to play for you. Looking at the positives of this game, again, the defense allowing just 7 points on the road, I thought, or in the first half, I thought was excellent. Then you have Terry McLaurin, having him back and seeing some of those catches. I mean, you realize what you miss, right? Where it's just, oh, I can just launch it in a general area and he'll either toe tap or he'll get his knee in bounds when it looks like he's out of bounds. That's different. And he showed you what he can do that a whole lot of wide receivers cannot do. So those are the two main positives I take away from this game. The third one also being that I think Cliff dialing it back a little bit. I know it was with Marcus there, but I think just that awareness being needed and then also being exercised could serve us well moving forward as well. Because I do think we need to look at it with Jayden and go, hey, if you're holding on to the ball too long, maybe we take a step back and then take that step forward. I'm hopeful that something like that occurs because we need to get 5 in rhythm. You get 5 in rhythm, you get an opportunity to have a couple nice wins coming up. Not saying we're going to beat Seattle. There's a long way to go. We don't even know if Jayden's going to play, right? But there was a blueprint to me tonight where I go, okay, we can be competitive at minimum in these other games, even if Jayden doesn't play. So those are the positives I'm looking at.
Yeah, I think you can stick with those. I do. Once again, I go back to, I don't think the offense itself changes all that much, just because of what Jayden's doing with football. But yeah, definitely like there's certain things in this particular game that you could just see philosophically that felt a little different. Them getting John Bates and Ben Sinnott involved in the passing game legitimately tonight. Great stuff. Like if you could do that and keep that going forward, great. If Luke McCaffrey is actually a part of the offense now, like, can we keep that going? Jalen Lane, tough out for the Rook.
Yep.
I don't have anything positive to say.
He's a rookie,
but yeah, sometimes you get
fourth round rookie. Yeah,
it's just I need you to be able to shake it off after you get the first one. And I know that the drop that wasn't really a drop because he was really he was off script. He was
already tripping over himself as well.
Yeah, I don't really call that much, but I do want to make sure his confidence level, because I see the look on his face after those things and it looks like he is distraught and he needs to get that together. Even Larry Tunsil having to go out at a certain point in the game. He's got easily the best lineman that we have, even though I got to give Brendan Coleman some credit. I will say as the game kind of progressed, you start seeing that pressure start dialing up a bit more. But I'm not sure if that was because of what we were doing as far as the offensive line injuries. But it's also, once you become a little one-dimensional and you got a Steve Spagnuolo defense, he's going to start dialing up some shit. And once he starts dialing up some shit, there's but so much you can do. I think this game got played on our end just about as good as I've seen them do it in the last few weeks. It's just still incomplete on some of the other bullshit that they've been doing. And the team we played was much better, even though I don't think their heart was in it.
Nope. And I do think one more thing I want to say around the score line, because you're going to see 28-7 and go, really? Hearing a lot of positivity. I think it was nice to get back to a house money game because it felt like we had coaching from last season. Whereas this season, it almost feels like the expectations risen. So now there's a greater degree of caution around how we do things. The veterans play more. We're not as aggressive on fourth down. I know we lost. By 3 scores. It was nice that we were aggressive on fourth down again. It just felt like a game from last season. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that we were playing like Commanders. I enjoyed that it was anybody, anywhere, anytime again. I enjoyed that we were who we were last season.
Yeah.
That's what I appreciated about this game. That's why I don't really care about the score. I cared about the process, and I really enjoyed the process tonight. And I hope that if that continues, then I feel much better about the rest of our season, which could lead to good results. But we need to get back to who we are. And tonight sort of felt like that. We just didn't necessarily have the personnel against a really, really good team on the road.
I'd agree. I am hopeful that's the case. The problem when you have a score like the 28-7, and when you see the team start with a certain energy and end with a different energy, to me feels I hope that they can draw on this and continue. But what I've seen from this team all year, unlike last year, is lack of consistency from week to week. So like last year, you get to live on the edge and you do these things and you're winning these games and it continues, right? That energy level kind of continues. This one, I'm hoping that they feel as positive as we do about certain these things, but also like if they're in the locker room now dejected as fuck, and now they get back to Ashburn, they're still feeling sorry for themselves. You shake your head. I'm hoping, but I haven't seen this team play like this team last year up until certain points of this game. No?
Sure. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I do think that for whatever reason, I think there was a slightly different feel.
I can tell you what the feel was.
This one. Go ahead.
It's the young guys on defense. It's the energy. It's completely
a bit more chaos.
Energy.
Sometimes you need that. And it was nice to get that injection of energy.
And they'll keep that going forward. I expect that to continue. I mean, shit, if Kinlaw's out too, yeah.
No, I mean,
who's gonna be on that line?
if I could also interject with this, which is that now with our record being what it is, and one of the positives to me being the coaching being a bit more aggressive, I think that plays into more aggression, which is what I'm looking forward to, which is like, hey, we're 3-5. We got a season we're trying to save. Maybe we're a bit more aggressive on fourth down. I'm looking forward to that. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but I could also counter and say the only reason we went 40 is because we don't trust the kicker.
Sure. I don't mind not trusting the kicker, just to be clear. We have no reason to trust the kicker.
But Matt Gay is not somebody that you don't trust or the way that they operate. So I'm just saying it's like, I am hopeful like you that they take some of these positives and they continue to expand on them. I'm just saying what I've seen so far this season, I'm just calling what I've seen, is tons of opportunities and tons of things that I'm hoping they take from one game into another game and they don't do it. So I'm with you. I saw stuff in this game that like, holy shit, please keep doing this and keep this energy the way you need to keep this energy up. Please prove to me that you guys can do it 2 weeks.
So to summarize that, I'm taking the more optimistic off of one game. I've seen enough. I think we can use this to actually transform the season to an extent. And you're going, hey, I've got a sample size of 8, right? It's 3-5. I have not seen consistency. And until I do, I'm not saying we're about to do that. And I think that's totally fair. Any final thoughts here before we move to the comment mailbag?
Yeah, I mean, I actually, Bobby put together a pretty decent game, especially in the run game today. I'm excited to see the all-22 defensively for that. Kane Madrano, I want time too.
Which, I mean, just a little preview on the comment mailbag. You got mental fortitude going. McGee at middle linebacker, Canada outside linebacker. Put Bobby on the bench.
I'm not putting Bobby on the bench.
I know. And with that, we go to the comment mailbag featuring an intro.
I'm not ready at all.
From our very own Nikki.
Comment mailbag time, motherfuckers. District divided, ain't got time for no suckers. Spread the word, get in line. OGs and new G's, it's your time. And spread the gospel, cause this shit is divine. Yeah.
All right, thank you as always for that intro, Nikki. Beginning with MX Guy 9182 shout out. I'm expecting the refs to screw us over too. That it's a given at Arrowhead. No, we were not screwed over by the referees. I did think that the call on Quan Martin, which would have led to a 3rd and 4, was harsh. But short of that, no. It's the Chiefs. It's us with the back quarterback is what it is. K-Dot, your reaction.
I was good with the Quan Martin penalty. What I did not like was I saw what I consider was the Chiefs were getting away with a lot of holding, like blatant holding that I didn't see getting.
Oh, well, that goes without saying.
Yeah.
And we go to Martin Collins. Don't quit on wit. Once again, the energy was a lot better on defense. You saw some of the younger guys rotate in. It was refreshing. We got a couple turnovers. That's got to be said. Marshawn gets a pick. There's a tip. Bobby Wagner gets a pick. As far as I'm concerned, they won the turnover battle. They did more than what I was expecting them to do, and only 7 points allowed at halftime. And then the dam broke because the offense couldn't do anything. And it's the Chiefs being the Chiefs in the second half. K-Dot, your reaction?
Yeah, I don't disagree necessarily with that assessment there at the end. The dam just breaks. It's the Chiefs.
Happens. We got Vindo. OG, shout out. Bruh, Mahomes finna put 100+ rushing yards on us. He's only trailing Pacheco by 20 yards. I got the Chiefs by 20, 35-12. Player of the game is Mahomes. We only need to win 2 of our next 4 to have a chance. That's a tall ask, but if I'm wrong and we can somehow keep this game close, got a chance. And again, we did have a chance entering halftime, 7-7. But 2 out of our next 4, which now means 2 out of our next 3. Our next 3 being Seattle at home, Detroit at home, and then Miami. That's in Madrid. K-Dot, your reaction?
Yeah, it's going to get interesting, especially seeing what Miami did this last week. I'm hoping, man. I'm hoping, guys.
Aren't we all? Just to be clear, we run no Commanders podcast. Aren't we all hoping that this would happen? Here is Mike Hall. Shout out. Yeah, but you need a little bit of defense if you're going to win a game. Once again, I think we got a little bit of defense and then some. Dam breaks. Get out. Any other thoughts there?
No, it's what happens. And then you get the offense that can't get it in the end zone.
Yeah. Coach, we're going to go to Coach Lombard, shout out. And he's also got a comment over here, which I'll ask in addition to the comment here. Coach goes, KC has a top 5-ish offense and a top 5-ish defense. KC runs a ton of base 4-3. Curious to see if Cliff is patient with the run game. I'm going 27-21. Chiefs player of the game, Brashard Smith, backup running back. And then there was also this question, I think in response to what I was saying about the coaching being more like last year's, where we're going for it on fourth down a little bit more, where the defense has a little more juice. Is it now a house money season? I'll answer the house money season. No, it's not a house money season just yet. Maybe it is down the line if you're suddenly like 3-8. Yeah, what are you playing with, really? But right now, no, not a house money season. K-Dot, your reaction?
It's a house money season to me, but because nobody else is acting that way, it ain't. So like it just
stand firm. That's fine.
But it doesn't matter if I'm alone. I don't think the team thinks this. I don't think the front office thinks
this.
The
team definitely doesn't think it. Maybe they should.
But that's my like I'm completely cool with stepping back and being like, hey guys, year 2 of a rebuild. We were in the NFC Championship game. Injuries were a bitch this season, ain't that? And just being okay. I don't see anyone else reacting that way. So now I feel like I'm wrong. So I'm just like, hey, I'm with you guys. You want to panic? Let's panic.
Here is Martin Collins. We got to run like we stole something Monday night. And kind of, but ultimately, no. That's one. And then let's go over to Jeff Santa. Chiefs 32, Commanders 17. This is going to be an old-fashioned Washington being embarrassed on national television, put a bag over your head type game. If they come up flat again, turn off the TV immediately. There is a very slim chance Washington can pull this off. The only way that happens is if Payne and Kinlaw hit another gear and take over the game. Due to injuries, Luvu needs to be playing a roaming defensive end full-time. McGee and Wagner at linebacker. I wonder how Lattimore would be at free safety. Mikey back outside with Amos and Noah Benogany and nickel. Noah Benogany was an inactive entering this game. The offense needs to start running some more plays under center and play action for the run game to excel. There's something broken with the Daniels-McCaffrey connection. In the Cowboys game, Daniels literally watched Luke run wide open for a potentially explosive game and went to another read. This offseason is going to be wild if this year continues at this rate. I highly doubt Wagner, Miller, Ertz, and some of the older vets are going to stick around and leave a ton of holes on this team. I'm really hoping this offensive line turns into a formidable group. They have the potential. Let's play for an injury-free game on Monday night. This team is going to learn if they have what it takes over the next few weeks. Share this shit. K-Dot, your reaction.
Kinlaw and Tunzel.
And Terry, potentially.
Also, I don't think Debo was 100%. I don't think Debo was 100%.
I think he was. I think it was a bad game.
It's very possible.
No, I mean, that's what I think. And you know how much I love Debo. I think he was fine. I think it was just a bad game.
My thing is that Liz, like, if I'm just basing off of what I've seen from like San Francisco Debo, at least the Debo that I've seen is like there's just a difference between him looking good and him not. And to me, it's always been centered around health. That's just what I've seen. Yeah, man. I think this week's going to be a really weird week as far as the fan base. It's going to be a really weird week as far as everybody and how they're processing this one. I don't think it was a hide your. It was. You don't need to put the paper bag over your head. For this one, I don't think it was that bad. Yeah, I'm going to be very interested to see what it is that people are saying about Joe Witt. I'm going to be very interested about what people are saying about Cliff Kingsbury. I'm going to be very interested to see what people got to say about Dan Quinn. This is going to be a very, very interesting week. I'm glad we're not doing 2 episodes.
Same. And then we conclude with Brendan Nichols.
Ah, motherfucker. Do you know, hang on, before you read that piece of shit's comment, immediately, as soon as fucking Debo coughs up the ball, I'm getting fucking Debo. I blocked him.
No, that makes sense.
So, like, he's trying to get through to me right now after he got blocked. I don't think it's fair to read his statement, but you can. I mean,
I can't. And honestly, it's out of respect for how badly he wanted this comment read, because he texted me individually being like, just a heads up, I posted this. So you know what? Give it to him.
Motherfucker, that press. God damn. It better be a 10 out of 10. Everybody here live, Brendan Jarvis Nichols is about to have a comment read, and he better come correct.
Didn't need the whole government name, but is it
Like
time?
he has his first and last name on the bitch. I'm just helping out.
No, that's also true. What's one more? Is it time for the Drake May over Jayden Daniels discussion? If you recall on the draft podcast, I said I would take May purely because I thought he was less likely to get injured. P.S. Amit, did you enjoy Tucker Kraft crushing your soul in fantasy this week? Beginning with that, did I enjoy it? Sure. Why not? Fuck you, Brendan. As for the Drake May over Jayden Daniels thing, far too soon. Sorry. Not willing to entertain that. K-Dot, your reaction?
Yeah, fuck that dude. Even though that was not smoke for me. So, like,
No, it was me.
That was all you.
Yeah.
All right, bro. Like,
Got your back.
I think he wants to be unblocked.
Well, that was the show. This was District Divided.
Damn it.
A DC sports podcast, more specifically, a Washington Commanders podcast. I am Amit. That is K-Dot. Thank you guys for listening. Unfortunate result, obviously, but reasons for optimism, at least in the first half. We will now see what Dan Quinn, what Joe Witt, what Cliff Kingsbury do, what the injuries look like entering the Seattle game. But can we go on and have a season from this point is the big question. We now sit at 3-5, third place in the NFC East with a big game against Seattle on Sunday Night Football. Once again, Amit and K-Dot. And if you enjoyed the episode, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. 20 of you watching, please subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell, comment as you always do, and K-Dot.
Marcus Mariota for 5 rushing yards in the first quarter is automatic money. I'm just letting everybody know it's a little trade secret. And that shit is shit.
Share this shit. We greatly appreciate you guys. We'll see you Friday, 2 p.m. for the jam-packed episode that is the all-22 review from this game, as well as the preview episode against the Seattle Seahawks, where hopefully we have more information on Jayden Daniels and a bunch of the injuries that took place this evening. So until then, take it easy.
Bye, everybody.
In DC, we're just hoping that you listen.